Okay, so this video we're going to actually make the enemy spawner spawn multiple missiles. We'll basically set a variable of how many missiles it spawns. It'll spawn all of those and then stop. And then later when we start actually setting rounds, we'll basically update that variable each round and tell it to spawn them again. So let's go back into Unity here. Oh, I just noticed we haven't made this a prefab, so you know what, let's just make that one too. Okay, and let's go into our enemy missile spawner. And let's see what the best to start. Let's set our variable of how many. So we'll do, you know what, this one actually we'll make public, because we will want to get this from everywhere. So we'll do public int missiles to spawn this round. And you know what, we'll set it as 10. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just make a coroutine for this. So then we'll just call it and basically have it loop through as many times as the missiles here. And oh, you know what? We'll also set public float delay between missiles. For now, we'll use this. I think later, maybe we'll try like 0.5. Later, we'll probably basically make each one a random value between two values. That way, you know, not every missile's launching with the same interval in between it. It'll be random. But for now, start up a prototype. We'll just do it this way. So let's make a coroutine here. So we'll call this spawn missiles. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is while missiles to spawn this round is greater than 0. And first thing we're going to do, so this is never an endless loop, we're going to do missiles to spawn this round minus minus. So that way instantly it's going to start subtracting 1. We don't have to worry about getting stuck in there. So for the most part we can pretty much copy all of this code. So yeah, the y value we could probably change into a variable we don't need to check every time. So we can do that in a minute, but for now, just to test it. Okay, so we're getting a random x every time. Instantiate the missile. So yeah, that should be good. And then what we just got to do here is do a yield return new wait for seconds. And we're going to use that variable we made, delay between missiles. So then this will basically make it stop for this many seconds before it actually does another one, but it doesn't pause the game. The game itself will keep running the whole time. Okay, so we have that. You know what, let's just comment this guy out for now, and then we'll do start coroutine, spawn missiles. And before we start removing or changing any of that or setting that y value to only be pulled once, we're just going to do the minimal changes, test it, make sure everything's working, then we'll go back and remove those. So it appears to be working and something is bugging out. Okay, so that's a bug we'll have to fix too then. So right now when it's launching, it picks a target and it keeps moving to the transform.position of that target. So if another missile destroys that target, it's going to error out because that object doesn't exist anymore. So other than that, that was working how we want it. So you know what, let's fix that bug first. So if we go to enemy missiles, so here, so it pulls the targets getting the transform of a random defender. Easiest way to fix it, you know what, let's change this. We'll just change this to a vector 2. And we can do target equals dot transform dot position. I'm sorry, vector 3 we'll want for that. And then for moving, we can move it to just target. Okay, so that should have fixed that. So now right away, target's actually getting a position, not not a link to that transform. So let's try this again. That error should be gone. One other thing I noticed too, we're going to want to change right now, when the missiles hit, they explode as soon as they touch. We'll change that so they explode in the center later, just so it looks a bit better. Okay, so that seems to be working fine actually. So you know what, we'll leave that for this video, and then we'll do another one. But yeah, now when we go through the code for the missile spawner, oh actually, you know what, we'll clean this up here quick. So let's do, we'll set y value up here, and then in start we just change that. Now y value is always going to be the same. We don't need this instantiate here now. Okay, so y value, we could possibly name that something better, but it's not too bad. It does explain it. Let's test that should work, and then this way we can remove this. We don't have to make an extra call to get the y value every single time. Okay, there, so that is working. And yeah, so even if it's destroyed, now they go here, and then we'll make some code later that these actually explode too, even if they don't hit an object. Okay, so that should be good for this video.